Hello once again. Welcome to the Security Update, which we often look at issues concerning security in the continent from west to east. And these are the stories making the headlines. Kenya arrested 6 foreign Al-Shabaab returnees. Somalia and Ethiopia signed a security partnership in Addis Ababa. Roadside explosion near Jowhar kills deputy airport manager of town. Nigeria sets to get additional on-air attack assets as government forces intensify fights against insecurity. Welcome to the program. Kenya police said they have arrested 6 foreign Al-Shabaab members. One was from Tanzania, and the other 5 were Ethiopian nationalists who were attempting to escape from the ongoing war against the group that is underway in Somalia. Kenyan security forces have arrested 6 foreign Al-Shabaab returnees following Kenya's heightening operations at the main border due to the ongoing war against Al-Shabaab in Somalia, where the group has lost several strategic places. Police said the 6 were apprehended separately while attempting to flee into Kenya after encountering a hostile environment in the Al-Shabaab training camps. Kenya police report said Al-Shabaab recruits members from Tanzania, Kenya and Ethiopia by promising them relatively high pay, but they change their minds once they arrive at the training camps, causing them to flee back into Kenya. The arrested 6 foreign Al-Shabaab members, one was from Tanzania, and the other 5 were Ethiopian nationals. Police officers are now using the information obtained from the suspects to improve border patrols, particularly along the routes and areas that militants fleeing Somalia are likely to use to enter the country. Kenya police affirmed they are keeping a close eye on the situation in Somalia and that more security personnel have been deployed to the border. Somalia and Ethiopia have signed a security partnership agreement that will see the two countries partner in the training of police forces following the recent meeting with the National Intelligence Agency chiefs on the ongoing war against Al-Shabaab.
Somali Police Chief General Abdi Hassan Mohammed held a meeting with his Ethiopian counterpart, General Dimilish Kaba Michel, in Addis Ababa. The generals signed a security partnership and enhancement of the training of the police of the two countries. Ethiopia Police Chief General Dimilish Kaba Michel promised to his Somali counterpart that the Ethiopian government will cooperate with the Somali police and support them with the security and the improvement of the training of the police. On his part, General Abdi Hassan Mohammed pledged that they will cooperate well together on the security of both countries. From now on, the two police forces will share information and increase knowledge of the police forces with improving the training of the police and strengthening the security in the region. Their meeting came barely a few days after the National Intelligence Chief of the two countries had a similar meeting in Ethiopia where they discussed the ongoing war against Al-Shabaab.
At least 2 people were confirmed dead in a roadside explosion near Jowhar town, including the deputy airport manager of the town. According to reports, the deputy manager of the Jowhar airport and the commander of the Jowhar police station were traveling down the same road minutes before the landmine explosion in the Handole area. At least 2 people were confirmed dead in a roadside explosion near Jowhar town, including the deputy airport manager of the town. According to reports, the deputy manager of the Jowhar airport and the commander of the Jowhar police station were traveling down the same road minutes before the landmine explosion in the Handole area. Security forces arrived at the plant site and transported the victims to Jowhar town. No group claimed responsibility for the attack, but regional government officials strongly suspect Al-Shabaab, which is known to target government officials, soldiers and civilians with improvised explosive devices planted on roads throughout the country. Last week, Somali National Army along with local militias known as Mawisley recaptured Adan Yabal town, a long-time Al-Shabaab stronghold about 220 kilometers north of the capital Mogadishu. Hirshabelle State President of Somalia Ali Goodlawe Hussein, Vice President Yusuf Ahmed Hagar and Hiran Governor Ali Jayta Usman visited locals and soldiers in Adan Yabal, a recently liberated strategic town in the Middle Shabelle region, and promised to repair all destroyed wells by Al-Shabaab members. Somalia's Hirshabelle State President Ali Goodlawe has pledged to repair wells that were allegedly destroyed by Al-Shabaab members before fleeing the region. Goodlawe and other regional officials who paid a visit to the district affirming that there were no educational or health facilities in the neighborhoods they visited and promising that the civilian infrastructure would be restored in Adan Yabal. A few days ago, the Somali National Army, along with local militias known as Maoist, captured Adan Yabal town, a long-time Al-Shabaab stronghold about 220 kilometers north of the capital Mogadishu. According to the federal government, Punirgod, the only village held by Al-Shabaab in the Middle Shabelle region, will be liberated in the coming days. The federal government officials, including Somalia's NISA chief Mahad Salat, have sent condolences on the death of NISA's commander of Gada region, who was killed in a landmine explosion on Thursday. But we will be back after the short break.
Making documentaries is one of the most creative craft and challenging endeavors you can be involved in. It is an effective strategy to inform, persuade, educate, defend the perspective, and shed light on various issues, policies, and activities. At CBA TV, documentary production is our forte. We capture every TikTok detail of events in highest resolution to tell the story you care about, from politics to human hunger, research-based content, educative and informative. We also help you project your story in a dynamic perspective that attracts the world views of the target audience, as there is no better or more powerful way to place the organization's values and achievements than to make an excellent documentary film. No doubt, our strength lies in these ventures, and we pride in many award-winning documentaries which have been earning accolades across Africa and beyond. Let's tell your story.
Welcome back again. The federal government officials, including Somalia's NISA chief Mahad Salat, have sent condolences on the death of NISA's commander of Gada region, who was killed in a landmine explosion on Thursday. The National Intelligence and Security Agency's chief of Somalia, Mahad Salat, has ordered the immediate investigation regarding the death of Bakal Koke, who was the NISA's commander of Gada region. He was killed Thursday in a landmine explosion near Soale village in the Lok district, and reported that he was traveling toward Storo district when his vehicle struck an improvised explosive device placed on the road. 6 members of Bakale's security detail, including the driver, were seriously wounded in the blast. The attack was immediately claimed by Al-Shabaab. Koke's death comes weeks after the Ethiopian government negotiated a meeting he met with Gada Regional Governor Ahmed Pule in Dolo town to discuss Gada's leadership crisis and tax distribution. The National Intelligence and Security Agency's chief Mahad Salat has sent condolences to the family, friends, and the nation for the loss of Bakal Koke, and urged the agency to release a comprehensive and detailed investigation report towards the murder of the official. The Somali National Army Chief General Othawai Yusuf Rage reported to the media that the Special Forces of the National Security and Intelligence Agency killed Al-Shabaab plotter between the Pasra and Sabio areas and arrested 2 other members of the group who were carrying explosives and weapons.
The Somali National Army Chief General Othawai Yusuf Rage reported to the media that the Special Forces of the National Security and Intelligence Agency killed a Al-Shabaab plotter between the Basra and Sabia areas and arrested 2 other members of the group who were carrying explosives and weapons. General Othawai Yusuf Rage said that the local residents informed the national security agencies about the presence of Al-Shabaab members in the targeted areas. According to Othawai Yusuf Rage, the National Army, in cooperation with the regional forces, killed 14 members of Al-Shabaab leaders who were hiding in the Baglibi area under the Adan Yabal district in the Middle Shabelle state. The army of the country and the pro-government militias who liberated Al-Shabaab from key villages of the Middle Shabelle state are still conducting operations in the forest areas and villages to chase Al-Shabaab out of the region.
The security forces of the city of Galkayo of Mudug region have arrested a man accused of killing a soldier who was a member of the Gureel security forces.
Abdullahi Abdi Isman Gabayre, who is accused of killing police officer in Galmudug, which happened in 6 December in Gur'ail district of Galmudug region, was arrested by the security forces of Galkaya district. The commander of Galkaya police station, Captain Ali Hirsi Sahal, spoke about the efforts of Galkaya district police forces and security forces to arrest the prime suspect, raised the importance of the cooperation between Galmudug police forces and the residents towards the security. The suspect has been officially handed over to the police station commander of Gur'ail district, Usman Ali Hudo, who has reached Galkaya. The commander of the Gur'ail district police station, Usman Ali Hudo, thanked the police and the army forces of Galkaya for their cooperation and asked the military court to handle this case as soon as possible. Hanan Abdulrahman, CBA.
The federal government of Nigeria says its Air Force will take delivery of 54 new and air attack weapons in a renewed bid to boost the fighting capacity of air component of military establishment. The country has in recent times recorded several gains against crimes and insurgent groups terrorizing some of its regions.
As Nigeria continues to record gains against violent non-state actors, the West African country says it is expecting to take delivery of 54 new air assets, including attack aircraft and helicopters, as well as area drones, to boost its capabilities to fight insecurity. The Chief of Air Staff, Masha Amao, disclosed that Nigerian President Muhammadu Buhari approved the delivery to the Nigerian Air Force of M346 attack aircraft, T129 attack helicopters, Augusta 109 Trekker motor roll helicopters, as well as Chinese-made Winlong 2 drones, among an assortment of air fighting gadgets. The Nigerian Naval Chief did not disclose when the aircraft will be delivered, how much was paid for them, or the countries where they are coming from. He, however, noted that operatives of the Nigerian forces have been able to neutralize the activities of terrorists in the country through intensive air interdiction of their location and facilities. Nigeria has been fighting a 13-year-old extremist insurgency in the northeast and kidnappings for ransom by gunmen in the northwest. In 2021, Nigeria received 12 A-29 Super Tucano planes 4 years after the United States agreed to sell the West African country the light attack aircraft to fight insurgents. Other related equipment included guidance, night vision, and targeting systems, as well as engines and training support. Kamel Sadiq reporting for CBA TV, Nigeria.
And with that story of the federal government of Nigeria says its Air Force will take delivery of 54 new on-air attack weapons in a renewed bid to boost the fighting capacity of an air component of the military establishment. We'll wrap up our program for this time. Thank you very much for being with us. This is me, Hamse Daabjeerin.